Would have potentially been a different situation had we known that this person was in a mental health crisis when they encountered her, because we didn't get that information until afterward.
This video focuses on a mother having a mental health crisis. Sadly, she along with her two sons froze to death in a field. Please be advised. Monica Cannady was a 35-year-old mother of 3 living in Pontiac, Michigan. Friends and family described her as a friendly but private person. Details of the family's final days paint a grim picture. Ms. Cannady was behaving erratically 3 weeks before her death, family members told the authorities, but she refused to seek professional help. She left her home in Pontiac with her children, fleeing what she believed was a coordinated conspiracy to kill her.
That phone could have rung. I would have been there.
Teresa Milton's stepson Kyle Milton was murdered in Pontiac in November 2021. His accused killer's trial is underway. She knew her family was under stress, but she had no idea the mother of 3 of Kyle's children was scared, sleeping outside in the cold in a Pontiac field.
My oldest daughter called me, and she said, "Mama, you know that was Monica's body that they found." And I just instantly dropped the phone, and my stomach just balled up.
For days, the authorities said, Monica, who was experiencing a mental health crisis, walked the streets of a Detroit suburb with her 3 children, knocking on doors, asking for food and sleeping outside, underdressed, in below freezing temperatures. The family knocked on doors in their neighborhood to ask for food, and some residents offered them money. The authorities said they were seen walking for 3 days without warm clothing, as local temperatures dipped into the 20s and 30s. Sheriff's deputies, who were alerted by residents, were unable to find them in time to intervene.
People reported seeing a mom with children who looked cold in recent days, but deputies could not find them until the family's oldest child, a 10-year-old girl, knocked on a door near the field.
Mom told them to lay down and rest, and they all laid down in the field. The girl that survived woke up. No one else did.
Ms. Cannady's surviving daughter, who was hospitalized with hypothermia-like symptoms, said to investigators that her mother told her and her siblings to run away whenever anyone approached them. Ms. Cannady told the children to lie down in a field, where they froze to death hours later, Sheriff Bouchard said. It was only after Ms. Cannady's daughter walked to a nearby home and sought help that the authorities were able to find the bodies of her mother and brothers in the field. Due to the scrutiny from the public, a deputy is under fire. He responded to the call to check an area out but did not do a thorough check and did not find or make contact with the family. He is being probed by the Sheriff's Office Special Investigations Unit.
With that, one Oakland County Sheriff's deputy is under investigation amid a deep dive into the moments that transpired before 35-year-old Monica Cannady and her sons 9-year-old Kyle Milton and 3-year-old Malik Milton were found frozen to death Sunday near the former Lakeside housing projects in Pontiac, dead from hypothermia.
How do we prevent stuff like this in the future? How do we prevent people from falling through the cracks?
A detailed timeline from the sheriff's office goes like this. Investigators say deputies were first told that Cannady and her kids stopped at a spot on Mill Street in downtown Pontiac around Friday at 1 p.m. to get help. Deputies then launched a drone search for the family. 10 minutes after the first call, a deputy found Cannady and the kids near Water and Mill Streets. The deputy asked if she needed help and where she was going. Cannady answered that she was okay, did not need any help, and walked away.
So it would have potentially been a different situation had we known that this person was in a mental health crisis when they encountered her, because we didn't get that information until afterwards.
Minutes later, a second deputy found her inside McLaren Oakland Hospital and asked her some in-depth questions to figure out if they were all right. The deputy repeated an offer to help, but the mother said she was fine, was there for a medical visit for her son, and was waiting for a ride. The sheriff's office says the mother again refused help and left. The deputy followed the family as they walked down Woodward and repeatedly tried to convince Cannady to come to the nearby Pontiac substation or get into a patrol car to be taken somewhere so they can get out of the elements.
The deputy persisted, I'll get you coats for free. I don't need to know your name. That's before we even knew who she was. I don't need to know your name. I don't need to know your kids' names. Just come with me and I'll get you free coaching. You can be on your way.
Investigators say the mother was wearing a coat and the kids had on sweatshirts and were wrapped in bed sheets. Sources say she continued to refuse offers of assistance. She was followed to a nearby school where the deputy again pleaded with her to take the help and offered to take the family to the substation so the kids could get some coats. Once again, she declined, saying she had family nearby, and left.
She didn't appear to be mentally or physically in danger, neither did the kids. She was very clear, no, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need anything. Why are you asking me so many questions?
By 3 p.m. Friday, Cannady's family says that she and the kids went to her mom's apartment and took a nap. 30 minutes later, she woke the kids up and they took off after Cannady's mother argued about her mental state. The family later told detectives that Cannady had been suffering from mental health problems for the past 3 weeks. 4:30 p.m. Friday, deputies met Cannady's aunt on how to get her help. Deputies did a welfare check at Cannady's apartment and did not get an answer. Investigators would later learn that Cannady believed that someone was trying to kill her and that the cops were in on it. The kids were told to run if they saw the police. Going into the weekend, there were more sightings with people reporting the kids not dressed for the cold. We learned a deputy responded to the call to check an area but did not do a thorough check and did not find or make contact with the family. He's being probed by the Special Investigations Unit in the Sheriff's Office. By Friday evening, more searches were ordered and nothing was found. By Saturday at 4 p.m., a canvass of the neighborhood showed that Cannady knocked on the door of a house on the 200 block of Branch, but when someone answered, she said that she was at the wrong address and left. There was no call made to dispatch. By Sunday at 3 p.m., Cannady's 10-year-old daughter tells neighbors her family was dead after knocking on the door of a house. She told the neighbor her family was dead in a nearby field. Medical examiners say the family froze to death.
Melanie Rutherford, a city council member whose district includes the neighborhood where Ms. Cannady and her children died, said that Ms. Cannady's refusal to seek mental health assistance reflects an anxiety that can persist among some Black people. When you think about the mental health issues, especially in the African American community, oftentimes we're scared to tell anyone. And oftentimes we're mislabeled, said Ms. Rutherford, who is Black. We have to come to the realization that mental health is real. Mental illness is real. The family set up a GoFundMe that raised over $30,000. Monica did not have life insurance, so the funds were used for her and her children's burial. While this will not bring Monica back, it shows that people in the community cared for them. Most recently, the deputy that investigated this has resigned. According to the sheriff, they felt he could have done more to locate this family. This was a sad and preventable tragedy. If you know of someone that is having a mental health crisis, please reach out or have them contact their local mental health crisis center. Please keep this family in your prayers. Rest in peace, Kyle and Malik Milton and Monica Cannady.